there, and Vicky Pippin in there. We got Debbie Groner, Jennifer, Michael Bronner. So
Hello.
glad that we're all in. So I want you to be able to be in there interactive tonight. I want you to be able to use the chat. I'm going to kind of keep some more things spinning. And I think if we can be more of a team, we're working on getting more commitment with plugging in to get the energy, sharing ideas, and to be able to go into action. So at the end of this, I'm going to have you do about 5 minutes of inviting at least one person to the event on Wednesday. And I got the verbiage, and I'll share with you where to get that and how that works. But we've got to make time to do the calls to share it consistently. Then you're going to get the results. Okay. And I've tried to make it easy, but more than anything is your energy. So before we begin, I just want to welcome everybody. Anybody new that I missed? I know, I think Diana. I think Diana. I'm not sure, you're relatively new. How are you, Diana? Say hello. Let's see. We got Jennifer on, and Ed is on
Hi,
too.
sorry.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Oh, we're so glad you're here. Welcome to our team Thoroughbred. Got Barbara here too. Okay. Anita's here. Okay. Well, if you're here, I want you to engage. If you're I'm echoing. I don't know why. Let's see. I'll mute some people out here. Make sure we're muted out. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We've got I want to, before we go in, I always want to make sure we have announcements. We have the international call. And I'm going to share my screen really quick to make sure everybody knows where to find the tools. There, I give them out through a Voxer chat. When you get, I'm going to start putting people that are not just leaders as everybody who wants to be in a Voxer chat. Let me know. We're going to put you all in the same chat. So you have that way to communicate, get tools, as well as Facebook and as well as boards. But for now, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me show you where the things are. Let me get out of here. I thought I had it ready to go. Oh, here we go. Okay. I had it up. Now I don't. Okay. Okay. So we all know how to get onto Team Thoroughbred boards. And if you look at the main screen, this will be the same looking on your phone. If you go to the events, this is the big rocks. The big rocks are things that are coming. You want to make sure you know about the boot camps and upcoming events that you want to mark in your calendar as you move forward with the next couple of months, because it's going to happen pretty quickly. We go down to November is what we're into already, this new month. This is what Michelle Martian was talking about. We have ways to do business where we do power blocks, strategy sections where you section off your day, whether you do 4 or 5 time options you get on, and leaders, national marketing director leaders are opening up their Zoom line, and they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they allow you to come on and work for an hour doing right high paying activities. So was it wonderful to not have any excuses to have energy to do things with the high paying activities? So they're really powerful blocks of about 10 minutes of doing different activities to follow up so that you get the work done. And then it's very, very energizing and empowering. So I want to make sure you know about that. Okay, and that is that. And then I want to make sure everybody knows the announcements here is this November that was so well, 250, 60% up in business last month. They increased the same sales, double sales profit for all new affiliates up to qualified sales coordinator. And it's for capsules only. And then it was also the same $22 until the end of December. And they pay weekly. So this is very exciting that it's still happening because it was so effective. The CEO said this has to stay for 1 more month. So that was really exciting. We have our team call tonight with a brain health call, which is Barry Demakis. And oftentimes on the flyer, you'll see how to invite. I invited to this last minute. I had 3 people getting on, but it's basically, oh my gosh, we're having an international call. We have a leader that's all about healthy brain, Mary Demakis, and she's expert in all preventing Alzheimer's and dementia and elderly care. I make sure that I knew that I invited you because I didn't want you to miss out. Would you like to listen in? And almost everybody said yes. So those are ways you invite to those events because the flyer dictates kind of what you would do. And then Wednesday night, I had, right after conference, I told you I grabbed Dr. David Phillips. On the flyer, he's going to be coming in at 7 o'clock, a little earlier. So some are going to meet for dinner and do a hybrid event where you have people over for dinner at 6, then you watch it together. So it's kind of fun. But on the flyer, there's some verbiage to invite, to share. But in case you needed some other help, I made some verbiage for you, and it's down below. And it's basically, what are you doing Wednesday night? And it could be dinner or no dinner, but you can share what this is. And I use verbiage that you can tweak, but this is how I would invite. And then people may be coming to my home. I share the bottom of my address. Okay, we're going to do at least one invite for that tonight before we end out. And then next week, just so you know it's coming, we have the Jeff Olson is a gold medalist, downhill skier, himself, and Tony Branner, who's a science sports physiology or physiology. She's going to be doing this webinar with functional food performance and the Juice Plus protocol for the U.S. Performance Center that we talked about at conference. And you have to zoom in on a webinar with healthylivingaffiliates.com. It's on the flyer, 8:30 to 9. And it will be just start at 8:30. They'll open it up for you to view it. That's something that's really cool for all your athletes friends. So that would be something you want to make sure you take advantage of. And then finally, the following week or next week is our Wednesday shred event. I want to give a little shout out to Dr. Gina, always being willing to host that as the doctor that we promote. And then we've got somebody that's stepping up, and she's a phenomenal leader, rising leader in our company. It's Michelle Feckery, and she's going to be the one doing this call with Dr. Gina at the front end. And we have Megan Jolasaint be talking about her shred experience, and has an incredible story. So that's that flyer. So I just wanted to make sure you knew some things that are there and have verbiage to invite. We have other things that are coming the next month following. So I just wanted to stop the share and just tell you, does that help having things there? If you forgot where it was, I try to do verbiage. And so if you have any questions, you need to let me know in Voxer or Facebook. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Okay. Before I go any further, I want to give anybody who had any wins, any things they were a breakthrough, something they learned, something they did, something they're going to do. I'd like to open it up real quick and ask anybody to share what you're doing that is making a difference. We're not just talking about it, we're actually doing stuff. So Nancy, go ahead.
Yeah, I sometimes I feel uncomfortable just talking to people, but I took my great-grandchildren to the park on Monday. They were off from school, and I actually got talking to some of the mothers there and got some names and addresses that I'm following up with. And they're very willing to talk about, the kids and their problems. So I share the Juice Plus with them, and then look up some videos to send them and, give them information. And that's a plus for me.
That was new because you went to conference and things began to change because you have more confidence, and we get free for children for 20 years. So when you talk about programs over products, you get better results. People want to hear about the program with the Healthy Starts. I wouldn't lead with Juice Plus. I talk about the Healthy Starts program. Have you heard about it? What it's doing with helping kids get the advantage mentally and physically and nutritionally, especially with the flu bug coming. So that's the verbiage to start building that conversation. It's very powerful. So give Nancy a hand up. That's amazing. You're reaching out and sharing. And that was something you hadn't done before. So follow up is the key. Follow up is the key.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Ed came to conference. I want to hear a couple inspiring things. So that was a brave, he came right at the last minute. Michelle Feckery she's the sponsor. I think he was invited the day or two before, and he came. So I think that's a huge win. Don't you agree? So Ed, I want you to give me 1 to 2 things you took away from conference, and what are you committing to do with your business? I can't hear you. Let's see. I did hear you before.
How about now?
Yeah, got it. Yes.
So yeah, once again, thanks for the invite. Good evening, everybody. So I just want to say I've been on Juice Plus for about a month. As a seasonal allergy individual, I have not had to take Zyrtec or Allegra the whole time I have been on Juice Plus. So just start off with that. And then for the event, amazing having the opportunity to just kind of interact with a lot of different people. And I understand that most of the people that I engaged in conversation had a different story to tell me as to why they're actually pleased with the Juice Plus product. And so that was my story. But what I took away from some of the presentation was the process of the RPM. So results, purpose, and the map. So basically looking at what type of actions that myself and my leadership, what we're going to take, what steps are we going to take to actually see how we can actually engage other individuals and kind of introduce them to the product. And so one example is I have a health fair that I will be participating in starting December 2nd. So just reaching out to the individual that's in charge of that event. And so as I started, I utilized the verbiage, told her that I was affiliated with a global health company. And so just as a result of putting that plug out there, she was like, well, hey, I would like to hear more about that. When are you available to discuss it later on this week? So I'm actually going to meet with her on Thursday, and hopefully that will spur some dialogue between the two of us, and maybe can go ahead and possibly get her started. And she has access to other individuals within the community.
Oh my gosh, what's that? Then Eddie, you're brand new and you're already getting into action with a health fair. You went to the board to find out how to say, what do you do?
Yes.
I'm affiliated with a global health food company, and then you simplify nutrition. But that was so easy. You did the work. And I remember walking with you because Michelle, sponsored you, and I was talking to you, and I could tell you're going to be a very strong leader because you already had very natural verbiage about what's a benefit to be from others. But that was so good. Does that inspire you guys? Ed just started, getting ready to do some big things, and then using Michelle. He uses Michelle to leverage. Michelle's been in business. She's very good at it. So you're meeting with her this week and going over how to better tweak some things and get ready for this fair. And then Michelle's working the fair with him to drive those, help him get those conversations kind of going through. So that's like a glorified three-way. So
yeah.
Thank you, Ed. That was awesome. Okay. Anybody else? Anita's got some exciting things. Unmute yourself, Anita. Unmute. You're still muted. There you go. Good.
Yeah, I wrote the
You're a little broken up
Can you
a
hear me?
little. It's kind of it's kind of scratching.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
my computer's not.
Well, it's a little bit in and out, but I can help you until we fix that. Anita got, I think, 2 partners in the last little bit because she followed up. She was engaged. She had high energy. She just assumed it and got back into the rhythm. So I just want to give Anita, we can't hear you very well because it's kind of glitchy, but give Anita, she's stepping into action. That was one of them, was a cold financial planner. And she talked about the business with her financial planner and then following up on something that was in her neighborhood too. So Anita, I wish we could hear you. You'll have to Vox us that. So we'll take one more.
Rachel.
Vicky. Yeah, Vicky.
I just have a little bit of information that some of you who have been around for a while might need. Is for the so I had an affiliate that wanted to re-sign. She had lapsed her distributorship and she wanted to re-sign, and so I called the company. Okay, so this is how it goes for the $22. If somebody is deleted as a rep, as your affiliate, prior to September 1st, then they are eligible for that. Okay, so that was kind of the cutoff date, September 1st. And what happens there is they might say the date they signed up may be say July 30th of such and such year. They'll give you once that yearly date comes around, they give you 3 months to go ahead and re-up before they take you out of the system. So just I want to give you a heads up on that, because it he said anybody that was deleted prior to September 1st can do the $22. If not, it's the $52. So that's just information.
Thank you. That's good to know. Yeah, you got to catch them.
He also told me that it would be, this is what he said, November and December for the double on the retail profit. So
okay, so they changed that too. So double on both months. So right? Double retail sales bar for those who are
That's
starting
what
up.
I repeated to him. So we'll see. But I mean, he said November for sure, and hopefully December. So that's great. Yeah.
Oh, well, our CEO is listening to him. I got a new partner today, so I was like really excited about that. So thank you for clarifying that, Vicky, because we asked questions and there's little glitches in there a little bit. But I want to go ahead and I'm going to have Gina Tilton. Are you there still, Gina?
See me?
Yes, I want Gina was she's somebody that she's a senior sales coordinator with our company, and she has an incredible story. We're just getting back to the basics, and I'm going to start calling on people to share their story so you can kind of hear the rhythm of a story. And we also have Anna at the end of this call. She'll be sharing as well. She's brand new, but Gina's been seasoned for about 20 years. So Gina, I want you to just share your story so people just hear your heart. You're a prior fitness trainer and airline stewardess. Your husband's a pilot. You came to conference with your husband. You're getting back kind of engaged. Gina's always had about 50 customers and just kind of took a little break as far as building teams, but she has Kim Antrim as a team member and just always has a burning passion, unwavering about Juice Plus. So I'll turn it over to you, Gina, just to share your quick story so people can hear it.
Thanks, Rachel, for asking me. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Okay, I'm really excited to share my story as always. It started over about 22 years ago when my sister-in-law developed a very rare form of cancer, and it scared the devil out of me. So I started researching everything to do with cancer prevention, and everything I read said take the processed foods out of your diet, the sugar, and add tons of fruits, raw fruits and vegetables. So I came home, cleaned out my refrigerator, my pantry, headed off to the store, bought a ton of fruits and vegetables, swung by another store, bought a Vitamix, came home, and I gathered my family around me and I said, there's a new sheriff in town. We're going to make some changes. We're going to shake it up in this Vitamix. And they looked at me like I had 3 heads. But anyway, back to my sister-in-law. I called Rachel because her husband was going through cancer treatment at the time. And I just said, I want to know how I can help her. What does a cancer patient want? What do they need? And she said, I'll come over. So she comes over and wow, I could not believe it. She introduced me to a juicing concept. It's like Jetson food, right? And I didn't have to do all this slop mop cleanup and it was super expensive. I was thrilled to death. So we all got on it. And as Rachel said, we're an airline family. And so the first thing that goes in our suitcase for 22 years, whether we're going domestic or international, I don't care if we can't fit our clothes in there or makeup or anything. The Juice Plus Complete, the Juice Plus capsules, and now the Perform goes in every one of our suitcases because we don't want to miss a day because that's our nutritional seatbelt. We don't have to guess if it works. We know for a fact that it works. The research is indisputable, and we will be eating Juice Plus forever.
Did you see the rhythm? It was amazing energy, the rhythm of her struggle, where she came.
Awesome.
How she got in there, but it was just, we get inspired by stories. And so we're going to start, I'm going to help Gina's amazing leader, rising strong. And I want everybody to know that I'm going to be calling on certain ones to share their stories, because if you can share your story in a safe place, our team Thoroughbred is here for you. Then you're going to be able to, we'll pop you into the shred event. We'll start you leading the calls. My goal is to help everybody start being independent, leading, delegating, and really feeling comfortable. So we start having more happen here so we can pass the baton, and then you'll feel more comfortable revamping it. Sometimes it takes, last week we went over your story. We practiced the little scripts that kind of give you the flow, and then you use your heart, but practice your story and then you come from your heart. I'm going to turn it over to Michelle Feckery now to just share some things that happen, because when you come to events and when you make a decision versus signing the application, there's a difference between signing and deciding. But I have Michelle Feckery take over and just share what's happening in your business because you made a decision. And unmute.
It always happens after conference, but any event, first of all, meeting all of you, those who were at conference or at others, the fact that we get to meet and hug and touch and laugh together, party together is huge. Me personally, what it does, I cannot explain, but it gives me so much energy and momentum. Of course, I was very happy that Ed was able to come, but it's just like it gets me going, it gets you motivated. And then all of a sudden, without, not that we are not before, but that energy is priceless to me, because sometimes, you feel like you need to do something. Now I want to do something, here I am at the office still because I want to text all my clients about what's happening on Wednesday. So it's like, it helps us stay on track. That's why I understand now. I thought it was too much, but we have the boot camps, we have now the conference once a year, and it keeps us engaged. It inspires us, and for me, meeting everybody and being able to know each other at a deeper level and encourage each other, hear about everybody's testimonial. We know we have the research, but I'm never tired of hearing the stories, of how people get on Juice Plus. My last one was a little girl, 7-year-old. Her mom is so happy, and it helps us. Not that we don't believe in the products, but it gives us that energy. I want to shake people who say no to Juice Plus. I'm like, can you believe it? I cannot believe you're saying no, but that's what it does to me.
Well, what happened too is we come out of that, her posture changes. She made a decision. She got some coaching, and she already has several affiliates that she's done connection Zooms with me. But the people that get in the connections with those other people to help anchor those, it is night and day difference. And anybody who's done 3-ways calls and seen the results that have come out of that, can anybody attest to that? The power. Megan Joel is saying, you're cooking dinner. What is the power? We get you on a 3-way call. What does it do to the person who's on that call that's fairly new, even if they were not new?
Yeah, I really appreciate you this month or this last week because you connected my partner with someone who was an expert in what he wanted to do with the Tower Gardens. And I'm just hoping that that connection allows him to see the potential that maybe we wouldn't have been able to offer him. So I think the main point of connection calls is connecting someone with someone that prospect will connect with and relate with if you're not that right person. I just think it's like an amener, but it's also giving that distributor, customer, whoever it is, like the resources for them to succeed. That's awesome.
Absolutely. We have those too. Okay, Michael Bronner. Thank you, Megan. That was awesome. Michael Bronner, tell me what your goals are for this next 2 months.
The goal for the next 2 months is well, let me do this because you asked me what my goals were. I do have my personal goal, but I have a heart to help people over the next 2 months. I want to create 2-3 QSCs. I want to create partner pluses, but the main thing I want to do is I want to make sure that everybody that has a need, that's everybody, and everybody that has a hurt. I want to feel the need, and I want to help heal the hurt through this product that we have. I'm listening to everybody's testimonies, and it's convicting me. So to answer your question, my goal over the next 2 months, I'm gonna answer it like this, is to do more faster by helping people, as many people as I can, get in front of this product. And not only the product, but by the way, it also can earn additional income if you choose to bring it into the home as a business. And so, I'm convicted. I'm ready to go.
Well, you have to, like, I know we have to make a decision to admit that we're in the game. And when you're on this call, that means you're taking the first step. You're showing up on a call. Then we go into our calendars. We look at our calendars, and I put some things right away. I know that I gave you verbiage. I put things in the calendar. I'm doing hybrid events where you can double dip and share. I have an event on Wednesday, but you can have your team build for that in their own space. I know people have them in the library. They have them at their dinner table, or they have 2 or 3 people meet up for whatever, and you can watch it together. But that's how you kind of double dip and go faster. And one of the tools I use, and this is just me, my best events are the ones I just open up my house. I do a 10, a 12, and a 7 o'clock. And I do different events, and I spin it out where they get drawings. And I just say, my house is going to be open all day. It's like working at a store, but I get really good results. We get team members. We get a lot of conversations. People can come together. So be very creative. And we had a lady that shared on who listened to the call that I gave out that was on the company recording with conference wrap up. In the chat, tell me if you did, because there's gonna be a drawing for $50 that said that you committed. If you put in the chat, you listened, and one thing you took away, okay, I want you to do that, but that's $50. Somebody that did what they said they're going to do, or on the call that I gave a homework assignment. But one of the ladies that was on that call, she's a national marketing director. She hadn't really done a lot in the past. You know, she was kind of like little management mode. She had a partner plus in 6 months, one partner plus. So she thought she really wasn't doing it. She was more managing, but she decided to use the incentives that our company has put together. She went to work, and she had one new partner they got 51. She had 51 new partners in her team this 1 month, and she had 19 join in September and a total of 70 in 2 months. 70 partners in 2 months when she hadn't got one partner in 6 months. You telling me this is called waking a sleeping giant? You got to get to work. This is called build momentum, get the rhythm down, and get your calendar out. And so what I do is I take my calendar. I have my my prospective customer list. I have my designing a team form. I'm always tapping and bringing in layered learning for some, inviting others to other different events, and then just saying, I want you to work with me. I want to help you with, like Michael said, the need, the wound. Tell me in 5 years where you want to be. That right there gets me a long way. When people go, what's in 5 years? Where do you want to be? And then a lot of times it's timing. I worked on a partner for 2 years, and today was the day. And I was very excited, but things changed. She had her dad passed away, made her rethink things. What did she really want in 5 years? So now we're working a plan, but nothing happens if you don't have anything in the calendar. If you don't have things in the calendar, I can tell you what your paychecks are going to be. Will gradually go down. We want to be able to put things in the calendar. We're working together. And then I'm going to be working with Barbara LaChapelle, and she and I and some others, and Michelle and Vicky and Debbie and some of the local ones. We're going to be doing sourdough classes and different times during the day. We're going to try to get those into maybe one in November, maybe a couple in December, where you can hybrid into those, and we will be doing them through Zoom and through live. We have ideas, but that's how a lot of people are getting people to the event. They seem to want to come to these events that are fun versus a wellness event, you know. So we're just trying different things. And I know with men in the business, you try different things too. It's just find out what works. So sourdough is a big deal, and we just get better as we do it. But Barbara's quite good, so we're going to have her be the teacher, and we're all going to plug in to help support it. Let's see what else. I want to share with you one thing, because we coached. I'm going to give you 5 minutes at the end real quick, but I want to show you one more thing, because I want to make sure people know how to follow up. And so we talked about last week sharing your story. So did those things help you when you look back at how do you share? And Gina did a great job sharing her story. And we're going to have more people. I'm going to have Ed maybe next week share his story, different people that haven't shared it before. Sonnet has another one, but we're, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, but following up is a very important part. And here on the boards, again, you'll see the welcome, what to say, and under what to say, there's a tab that says follow-up questions. So you look up the follow-up questions. I want to tell you one more thing before I go over the questions, was realize that not everybody's going to say yes the first time. 2% of sales are made in the first contact. Only 2% of sales are made in the first contact. 3% of sales are made in the second contact. 5% of sales are made in the third contact, but 10% fourth contact, but 80% of sales are made in the 5th to 12th contact. You telling me don't dismiss somebody who doesn't say yes the first, second, third, fourth time. 48% of salespeople never follow up, and 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop, and 12% of sales people make more than 3 contacts. So you telling me we've got to do the follow-ups, okay? And here's how you follow up. Oh, wait, let me go here. Let's see, follow-up questions. Here we go, follow-up questions. So when I have, I never say, did you watch it? I always say, what did you like best about what you saw at the event, or what you heard on the video? Because they have to have watched it. If they don't, then you can tell they didn't watch it. I might say, come on, you didn't watch that. You didn't really watch it, did you? And then, or ask me what you heard and saw. And then I say, what about Juice Plus made sense? You know, what questions do you have? You answer and kind of organically talk. And then if you're new, I was talking to Sonnet on the phone. She's one of Debbie Groner's new partners. And I said, get us on the phone with your follow-ups, because we could say, I just asked a friend to do me a favor, and she had kids like you. I asked her to share what's going on, how the Healthy Starts works, or have her tell about some of the things that happen with XYZ. and she knows so much more, and she's such a blessing, and I asked her to share and just be a resource for you, because it really could be a blessing. And they just connect, even leave messages, and then follow up by saying adding Juice Plus was the best decision I ever made. Are you ready to get started, or do you need more information? And one of the things I told Sonnet today was, when somebody's hawing around a little bit, I basically say this. I go, let me get out of here so I come back to you. I say, if somebody's hawing, I say, there's nothing to gain. There's always something to gain. There's nothing to lose, and there's 100% guarantee. So that gets them over the hump of like, am I stuck in this thing? I have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Let's give it a try. And if for some reason that doesn't work, you get 100% buyback. And if not, I'll buy it back myself. So it helps people get over the hump of like, I don't know, just give it a try. And then you do really good customer care, because you want to make sure they're grounded. So, okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to have you do you have literally 5 minutes to do a to invite for Wednesday's event. And I'm going to make sure you have the verbiage here. You can go to the boards yourself, but I'm going to get here and show you the verbiage, and you can call, text, voice text people. So let's go to events on the boards, go to November. We're going to go to Dr. Phillips' verbiage that I wrote out, make it your own, but it's pretty much similar. And what we'll do is we mute out each other so you don't hear each other. And I'm going to do an invite. I have some that aren't coming, but use this verbiage to voice it to somebody. Or you can go to your boards and text it and maybe tweak a little bit of it and just say, I know it's getting last minute, but I didn't want you to miss out. It's going to be an incredible night, and use some of that verbiage about why you thought of them with coming to this event with what Dr. Phillips will speak as a global speaker. Okay. So we're going to give you a couple minutes before we end, and then I'm going to see who did it. Then we'll give the drawing for those that did the homework assignment. So I'll mute myself out too, and I'll do the same thing you're doing.